Hey, Clean Impact team, hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being part of the world's greatest cleaning team, especially when it's 145 degrees below zero. I just want to say thank you all for being professional, for showing up when it's so easy not to. Y'all still went out there and did your part to serve our community and our families when nobody else is doing it. So I just want to say thank you all very much for stepping up and for continuing to take care and continue to be a good example and continuing to show up and serve our community and our families at such a high level. So thank you all very much for that. Just a couple of things we want to touch base on. So, our biggest challenge right now is obviously going to be salt and emulsified salt and footprints all over our lobbies and all over our buildings. So for those of you that are new and this is your first winter, welcome. Welcome to the salty season. I'm talking about salty. Every time you walk in there, you get a little frustrated by all the footprints everywhere. But not only that, but it's the frustration of trying to get that salt up. So I promise you, it will get better. It does not continue to stay this challenging, but I will give you a couple of tips, and I'm sure the rest of the team will offer some tips in the comments as well. We want to make sure we're taking the time to either sweep up that salt or vacuum up that salt, or get that salt off the ground and off the carpets before we start wiping things down, because it's only going to make your life easier, guys. So we want to make sure we're sucking up that salt. We want to make sure we're sweeping up that salt and putting it in a dustpan and getting it out of there. But I will caution you, if you're sucking up the salt with your vacuum cleaner, it's important to pay attention to your bag. That salt absorbs moisture, and when it gets in your vacuum bag, it's going to distribute that moisture and cause it to clunk up a little bit. So we need to make sure we're changing our bags a little more frequently so our vacuums are doing the things that it's supposed to do. It's supposed to pound that ground and make that salt jump around so it can suck it up. And if we don't have the right kind of suction because our bags are clogged up or our filters are plugged up or we got some junk stuck in the hose, it's not going to pick that stuff up properly. So the reason why we want to get the salt up before we start mopping is because salt doesn't just magically disappear when you put water in it. It emulsifies. It turns into a different form of the same mineral. It doesn't go away. Water doesn't magically make salt just dissolve. It turns it into a liquid and it redistributes. It's all over the floor. So if you go through and try to mop up salt, what it's doing is it's wetting it down and it's redistributing it and all over the floor. And so it creates those swirl marks and those swirls and everything. So that's why it's important to get the salt up off the ground first before we do it. And it's really, really important right now to make sure we're changing out our mop water frequently. So even though the water might not look dirty, it's probably saltier than the ocean. So you got to make sure you're getting that salt out of that bucket and rinse it out a little bit before you put some new stuff in. So that way when we go through, we're swooping around clean water and not salt water, because again, it's going to leave streaks. So guys, I know the salt is a challenging part of the year, but it's just part of being a professional. I'm glad that I'm partnered up with remarkable team members like you. I'm glad our customers are being served by professionals like you. I'm glad our families are looking to us as an example, because I know it's challenging and I know you guys are doing a remarkable job doing it. So stay with it. If you need some help, let us know. If you need something, let us know. Wanted to let you guys know that W-2s should be on Workforce already. So your payroll that you can view your paycheck stubs, there should be a link right there for your W-2. So they should be available. And as our accountants continue to work through these things, we're going to be mailing those W-2s out too. But if you want to get at them a little bit early, get on Workforce and check it out. So that's where they're at. Also, I wanted to remind everybody the importance of posting our pictures at the end of the night. Posting a picture of our checklist. Those checklists aren't just fancy and they're just nice to go through and just put one line through everything as complete. Those checklists are to provide that balance for us so we can make sure that we're serving our customers and our families at a very, very high level. It's to make sure that we're not forgetting the little details that separate us from the rest of the riprap. It's making sure that we are paying attention to the little things that the customers value so much. Again, guys, we're viewed as professionals because we take care of little things like this. Taking care of our checklist and making sure that we're completing the items on the checklist, making sure we're completing that special, which is extremely important, and then making sure we're posting a picture of those things at the end of the night is what professionals do. It's a requirement for Clean Impact, so it's really important that we're putting those pictures on the app. Also, taking a few random pictures around the office. Some of your good work in the bathroom, some of the floors that are normally a nuisance problem. Look, take a look at my special tonight. I'm going to take a picture behind this door. I'm going to do a couple of pictures randomly throughout the building just to show that we're paying attention. The guys, these are so important because if the customer calls up the next day and says, hey, we're having problems with this area, or hey, we've noticed that this kept being missed, then we can go back through and look at those pictures and say, hey, look, here's an example of some of the pictures we're looking at. Can you show me where we're missing that? So that way it allows us to see exactly what's going on, see what's going on in our customers' minds so we can provide that service to them. Also, it gives us checks and balances, gives us a little protection. So when they're saying they're missing something over and over again, and we have those pictures, we can show them what's going on, then maybe it's the person that gets there first thing in the morning that's causing that funky toilet. Or maybe it's that person that's coming in after hours that's causing these problems, and it's not the cleaning team. So it's important that we're taking pictures and we're posting those pictures on the app. So put 10, 15 pictures, put them in a collage. And if you have a problem with the collage and understand how to do that, talk with one of the Night Heroes. They'll get you dialed in. So when you're posting those pictures, they're efficient, they're effective, and allows us to be the professionals that we are, to have the checks and balances that we need so we can continue to provide a superior quality service to our customers and to our community, and so our families can see what it's like to be the best. It's that simple. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much again for going through the cold, for taking the trash out when it's 45 degrees below zero, for fighting through frostbite to get to your car at the end of the shift because you're remarkable. Thank you for that. Thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. Our customers appreciate it. Our communities appreciate it. And we're showing up for our families, guys, by doing these things. So if you need anything, let us know. In the meantime, stay warm, stay awesome, stay remarkable. Appreciate everything that y'all are doing. Have a good night.